What's something people need to stop romanticizing? Mental illness. Especially things like depression and PTSD. It's not aesthetic. It's not quirky. It's not something that you get over in an instant and post a deep meme about on Facebook. It's debilitating. It sucks you out of your life. It literally brings people to harm themselves. Absolutely. I have borderline personality disorder. And while I'm high functioning and generally do quite well, there is nothing remotely glamorous about it. On a good day, it manifests as simple self-deprecation. But on a bad day it's a compelling need to engage in incredibly self-destructive behavior on a massive scale. There's no desire to hurt other people, but the compulsion to hurt yourself is off the scale. Thankfully I have a very caring family and a good medical support network, so I've never actually hurt myself badly, but I sure have tried when things have gotten bad. It's an absolute curse. Why someone would wish it on themselves, as if it's something romantic, just beggars belief. Same. If I'm not taking my meds I get wound tight. I'm looking to blow up over something insignificant. Oh, I hate that. I've got chronic depression and that stuff sucks. Meds are amazing but a pain to take because of said depression. War. It's not glorious and cool. It's freaking terrifying. Everybody thinks they're gonna be on the winning side, but that is not always the case. My favorite story regarding this is when I went to work as a contractor in a war zone. I was in the military and over in the Middle East a few years prior, so I knew what to expect. But I was on a plane with a bunch of trashy individuals talking all kinds of smack about how they are going to kill ragheads, and they are not afraid of Al Qaeda, SP, and how tough they are because they shoot guns and all that jazz. Your typical overcompensating talk. We land and immediately go straight to a bunker for nearly 4 hours while our base gets the absolute F-mortared out of it, and they were utterly terrified, which I get. If you're not used to it, it seems scary at first. The next day, I kid you not, when I was at my new office, which was right in front of the area you take the bus to the airstrip, most all of those guys were there waiting to go immediately home. As part of my new job I had to ensure none had company issued laptops, which they didn't, since they just got there, and sign off on their exit paperwork. War zones are not playgrounds. They're very deadly places and people who have never been in one are incredibly lucky. There are videos of American troops literally hiding under beds, pissing themselves, and praying from terror when their position is under attack. It doesn't matter what side you are on. War is hell. Any honest combat vet will tell you that when in intense combat, it's common to poop or pee your pants without realizing it. I was in 0311 and hit Fallujah in 044, Phantom Fury in the AK region in 054, Steel Curtain. Always relieve yourself before leaving the wire. Always S before you go, or you will throw some pants away. Fictitious abusive relationships. 50 Shades of Grey or Harley Quinn and Joker are not relationships to romanticize. I'm not referring to the consensual BDSM play in 50 Shades. It's the manipulation, stalking, using money to control your partner, etc. If Christian Grey weren't rich it would be a horror series instead of a romance series. There was a thread somewhere that broke down the obsessive love trope and said, it's the money that makes it romantic. Like if he blindfolds you, takes you on a private plane, keeps you in a luxury suite, and has his way with you, that's romance. But if it's a beat up sedan and a budget motel, it's kidnapping. Oh my god. This right here. A while back the world lost its mind over 365 days. And I just remember watching that movie and thinking, that's abuse. Such a creepier movie. Yeah. I got about 20 minutes into that film and was like, this is sex trafficking, not role play. Being proud that you don't read or are staying ignorant on purpose. Autism doesn't make you a fucking genius. Don't go around telling people, oh you must be so smart, I'm so jealous. A lot of us struggle with tasks that NT people can do normally. For fear God's sake don't romanticize being autistic or the ad means you're autistic. It does fucking not. I've seen ADHD romanticized a lot lately. Or people just claiming they have it because they keep getting distracted by their phones. It's already hard enough getting treated for ADHD. We don't need a bunch of people spreading more misinformation out there. I'm sure it's similar for OCD and other less visible disorders. The Starving Artist. I agree. I felt like it targeted an unpassionate sort of person in my experience. I feel like I've seen so many trust fund kids romanticize the starving artist without really caring for art, but rather the aesthetic of it, and try to put themselves in a struggling situation rather than accepting and being grateful for the privileges they had to take them places. They want to come from the ground up when they didn't even start from the ground. It starts to feel like mockery, and I don't think that should be romanticized, especially when it's not the love for art that's keeping you going. It's the want for the image of it. Honestly, I'm just tired of rich brats romanticizing poverty in general. They buy expensive vans and trailers, clear out second-hand shops, and talk about struggle as if they don't have mommy and daddy to bail them out. Debt. Sure. You may have a new house, new car, new computer, new phone, new spouse, new kid, but everyone knows there's no way you paid cash for all that. Debt is an anchor around your neck. A free man owes no one. Being stupid. Reality TV, in the UK at least, has made being stupid aspirational. It grinds my gears hard. Love Island. By chance. The broken soldier trope. Life with someone with PTSD and all the other bulls is the opposite of sexy s sucks balls. I only saw the aftermath of the Cobra Towers bombing and it kind of fucked me up. I can't imagine what people who saw the real S have to deal with. I started life in infantry and later went to CID. I saw way more in CID. The S in my bucket is different from the S in your bucket, and the way we carry it is different also. I stay away from saying your bucket is more full than mine. I just try not to spill my S in your bucket. I've been through multiple trauma. So have you and many other people. My friends are worried what it mean to age, while I'm just really grateful I'm still alive. And some people try to one-up me with trauma experience. It's not a competition. What is real is what you live through and how you try to heal. The fears of my friends are not small to them nor less valid than my trauma. Belittling or dismissing our or others' experiences as not enough is cruel and perpetuates pain. I like your S-bucket metaphor. A nice image of kindness. Mental illness. My mom is schizophrenic. It doesn't make her unique and interesting. It makes her a huge pain in the who you can't really get mad at because they don't even realize how irrational they are. Mental illness. My mom is schizophrenic. It doesn't make her unique and interesting. Is this what happens now? It's my experience that people think schizophrenics are going to murder people in interesting ways, when in fact the majority of them aren't dangerous to the public at large. The youngest millennials started romanticizing mental illnesses like 10 years ago, but Gen Z really took off with it and ran in the last few years. Ever heard the phrase "don't mind me, I'm just a little autistic" or "oops, sorry I'm just a little autistic" said by someone with absolutely zero history of autism? My daughter saw all the bullshit about mental illness and thought that maybe she just got caught up in the fad, so she stopped taking her meds and almost killed herself. If you don't have it, don't pretend like you do. If you do have it, take it seriously. The Mob. Shows like The Sopranos are damned interesting, I'll admit, but the mob is always seen killing other mobsters. Occasionally one of them will kill an innocent, just for the show's producers to remind you that they are sobs, but it's always individually based. What we don't see is the mob killing, terrorizing, maiming because that's what their business is. We don't see extortion, loan sharking, protection rackets, human trafficking, murder for hire, again, except against other mob members, forced prostitution, racketeering, etc. I would have hoped the producers could have weaved those more into their stories without losing the bite of the show. I have the same issue with The Godfather. The movies were fascinating, and they were works of art, no question. But the driving force was always that the Corleones were providing people with goods and services that the general public wanted, but which were forbidden to them. Booze, women for hire, drugs. You never saw a Corleone enforcer enforcing a loan sharking payment by breaking someone's arm, or forcing people to pay for non-existent protection. Movies like Goodfellas and Casino show the good parts of the mob. Cadillacs, homes, clothes, cigars, side girlfriends, partying all night, etc. At the end of the day, they all came from broken homes. They have maybe 5th grade educations. They are not rich. They get $20,000 on a Friday and maybe Monday they have $1,500 left. They live hustle to hustle and spend every day knowing it might be their last day of freedom or existence forever. These dudes are just meatheads in tacky clothing.
https://mafia/comment/md5f0/william_action_enforcer_underscore jackson_for_source equals share and UTM_medium equals iOS_app and GTM_NAME equals iOS SMFTHIS is a honest look. And what the mobbies. NSFW link. It's gory. Basically dangled a dude with a meat hook, shoved up his and cut him to pieces while he was still alive and dangling. All because they thought he talked to the feds. He didn't. He ultimately died of a heart attack after days of this. https://n.m. Wikipedia.org/wiki/William_Jackson_gangster. I think The Irishman was the closest portrayal of the damage the lifestyle does. Like it's not as graphic, but the last 30 minutes are a stark reminder of how that lifestyle rarely, if never, leads to a good ending.